Today, guys, I'm going to be sharing with you one of my Mother's Day card creation. I am in the process of creating my Mother's Day card, so if you're interested in seeing that, please do stay tuned. Welcome, guys. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Claudette with MsPuff Creative Corner, so let's jump into today's tutorial. So on today's tutorial, I'll be creating a card featuring Stampin' Up stamps sets. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. So Stampin' Up is coming out with their new annual catalog on May 3rd. And a lot of the stuff are retiring. I'm using these two stamp set here in my card. The painted poppies is going to be carried over in the new catalog, and the timeless tulips, I believe, is retiring. So they have great deals. A lot of stuff they have a good percentage off. So it's while supplies last. Like I showed in I think it was a couple videos on my previous videos of this stitch die set, I got for 50% off, which was a really nice deal. So if you're interested in it, I'm going to leave my information in the description box down below. Again, it's up till I think May 2nd or until while supplies last. So let's jump into the card that I created. So what I'm going to do first is start with the top layer of my card. And this layer is measuring 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and that is in inches. I'm going to bring in a piece of foam and a scratch piece of paper because I'm going to be stamping off. And I'm going to start with this stamp right here. And I am going to get this is called our crumb cake color. And I am just going to create my own background image. So I am going to ink this up. And I'm going to stamp that throughout my paper. And if you want, you could start in the middle first and go out. And I'm overlapping on this. And this has like some clean lines, so clean and clear lines. So you see a lot of the white spots. So it's not bad when you overlap. So next, what I am going to do is I am going to take a piece of crumb cake, and then I am going to add my circle layer dies. So we have these layering circle dies here. They have the scallop ones. This is pretty nice, and this is comes with 16 pieces, and these are carrying over in the new catalog. So what I did is I took two of the circle layers, two of the circle dies, and put them in the center of the cardstock. And then this cardstock is also measuring 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I took some of the purple tape, like the craft tape, and glued those down, run that through my die cutting machine, and then what happens is that you get a circle like this. So also what you could do is reuse, or you could use, once this is done, you could use this piece for the face of another card, and also with the circle you could use this piece too as well. So after, what I did is I took an embossing folder, and this is like a brick. This is a brick embossing folder, and I put this in there and I run that to my embossing machine. So I got a little design on that, give it a little texture, if you could see that, to that circle. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is get a piece of vellum, and just to soften up the face of that card. And the vellum, this piece is measuring 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. And then we'll put that here on that, and vellum just helps to soften that up a little bit. But to me, it's not too busy because they have a lot of white spots. So what we're gonna do before we glue our vellum down, a lot of times once you glue your vellum down, you could see the glue coming through. So what I'm going to do is design on top of the vellum first before we glue that down. So I'm going to come here with my circular piece, and I am going to add that, glue that down to the top of the vellum. So I'm going to come in with my liquid glue, and I am using the odd glitter glue, and I want to see which side I want up, the indented side or the raised side. And I like the odd glitter glue because when it dries, if I get any seepage, it does not dry tacky. And that's what I like about the odd glitter glue. So I am just going to center this in the middle of the vellum. So next what I'm going to do is get some flowers. So I went ahead and I stamped out this tulip right here in the Poppy Parade red. That's a really nice red, and I went ahead and cut those out. So this is how that red looks. So I fussy cut those out, I hand cut those out. So I cut out, let's see, 3 pieces. Then also I stamped out a leaf, a couple leaves in our mossy meadow green. I think I have 3 of those, maybe. Here we go. So I have 3 of those. And also what I did is I took our Poppy Parade cardstock, red cardstock, and I stamped out, I heat embossed this with the white embossing powder, Thinking of You. And I got Thinking of You from this stamp set, Life is Beautiful. And I think, and this stamp set is retired. So I have that, and then also what I'm going to use is some metallic twine. And I think this was, they had this metallic twine for the holidays that came with silver. It was 2 in a pack, I want to say. And I'm just going to tie a bow. And just snip that. I'm just going to make sure that center piece is nice and tight. This metallic bow has a mind of its own. It just sometimes just doesn't like to stay tight. You really have to pull that knot really tight. So next what I'm going to do is take a glue dot and I'm just going to put this glue dot right down here. And then I'm going to adhere my bow on top of that. And then I'm just going to continue to design from there. So next what I'm going to do is I am going to take 2 of my leaves and I am going to glue them down. Let's see which end I want down. Let's see, we'll put this, make sure this stays in the center. So I see how I want these to lay. Okay, and I am going to just add some glue to that, just to the tip. Put that one down, and I just want to make sure I don't have it really sticking off here to the end. I still have to add it to the base of my card. Okay, and then what I am going to do is add 2 tulips to the top here. I think I am going to add some glue dots and pop those up, because my thinking of you is going to go like this. So let me get some glue dots and add to the back of that. So I think 2 should be good. I'm going to add 1 to the bottom there, 1 to the top. I'll do that to the next one. And while I'm at it, I'm going to do it to the third one, because I think I'm going to pop that up too as well. If you guys are new to my channel and like what you see here today, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos. So let's see. Let me see how I would like these to be before I peel the back end off of those. Let me see. I'm just going to bring it down here a little bit. I think that looks good like that. And have this one on the bottom. Again, I'm trying to be mindful not to have it sticking off the edge. And then let's see, this is going to be over. I'm going to go right there on top of that bow. Okay, so far it's looking good. I like it. And then what I'm going to do is get this leaf, and let's see, I'm going to bring this down here, have that sticking off there. Let me see here, there, and then I'm going to have this flower coming off this side like that. Okay, so I'm just going to add some glue to the tip of this, and then we're going to lay that down. So this is nice because I am building on top of the vellum, and then that would give me areas after I build on top of it. Then I could add glue right behind where all those pictures are, right? So then you won't be able to, because you could see right here how the glue is seen through on that circle piece. So next what we're going to do is we're just going to add our other tulip right here to the bottom. Let me just see if I could pull this back out a little bit, because I don't want too much of it hidden by the thinking of you. Let's see. Bring this down some, and then let's see how that's going to be. I don't want to hide too much of my flowers. Then I'm going to pop the thinking of you up too as well. see, 2 should be plenty. And you could use any stamp set you have in your stash to create this design. And I got this inspiration. I was inspired by one of the cards in the Stampin' Up catalog, and that's a nice thing when you have catalogs. You could get inspirations from there. And then let's just fix my bowl a little bit. Just trying to pull those airs out a little bit so it's not too hidden. See, I still have some pull with that knot. And that's how that piece is looking, guys. All right, so next what we're gonna do is just glue that down. So I'm just gonna add glue behind the circle and behind like where the flowers is and stick my vellum down. So I'm gonna try not to get too much. See if I could just do little dots, because when I press it on, it may spread and seep out. If you guys are getting any creative value from today's video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That will be greatly appreciated. So I'm just hitting it with some just little spots of glue. And just hoping that it doesn't peek through. All right, so next what I'm going to do is just center that in the middle. Okay. So next I'm going to bring in my card base. So this card base is 8.5 by 5.5, and then it's scored at 4 1/4. Okay, and in the inside here, they have Stampin' Up has some beautiful stitch dies, and I just love it. I've been creating a lot of my cards with it since I've gotten it. And you could add your inside piece, but since that is white, I did not add my any inside piece. I just went ahead. This is the stitch dies that they have here. It doesn't cut out, it just add the stitching on there, and they have 6 pieces, and I use this size right here for the inside of this card. So you just create that beautiful stitch work. Right, let me see if you guys could see it. All right, so I'm gonna give this a nice crease, and then what we're gonna do is add this to the top of the base of our card. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add some glue here to the back. And then I'm just gonna center it. Make sure I have even white pieces, and you could put this on top of the crumb cake if you would like. You could add it to the Poppy Parade red, and I really like how it looks with the white. It's like a nice clean look for Mother's Day. Nice crisp look. And I made another one earlier, but this one does not have the vellum on it. Which one? Tell me in the comments down below which one you guys like. The one with the vellum or the one without the vellum. And then I'm just going to stamp the sentiment in the inside. Again, I'm just going to make a lot of cards with, you know, it could be for any occasion. I'm going to see which one I'm going to send out to for Mother's Day. And so like on the Timeless Tulip, they have this sentiment that says Happy Mother's Day. So I mean, you don't have to, you could say different things besides Happy Mother's Day on there, but there we go. That's my card. I hope you guys got creative value from today's video. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. This is Claudette, and I'll catch you guys on my next video.